Okay, let's get one thing straight. Before there was James Sunderland and his sad guys problems, there was Harry Mason. Just a dad, a jeep, and a daughter who picked the worst location for vacation. My name is Gilda and welcome back to Plot Coven. Last time we talked about why the town looks the way it does. But today we are talking about the ritual. We are going back to 1999, back to the pixelated image of PS1. Because if you want to understand the fog, you have to understand the girl who dreamt it into existence. Alessa Gillespie, if I pronounced it right. Let's talk about the first alleyway scene. You know the one. You are following Cheryl. The camera is doing this weird tilt, and suddenly the world turns to dust. I remember playing this as a kid and being genuinely offended by the sound design. Akira Yamaoka, the sound designer, didn't just write music. For the industrial sound, he actually recorded himself hitting pieces of scrap metal and then distorted them. He wanted the sound to feel physically painful for the players. And yes, it works. It was not scary music, it was more like the sound of a factory dying. And that's the genius of Team Silent. They realized that the silence is scary, but the sound of grinding metal is traumatizing. This is the first time we see the Otherworld. It's not just the basement, it's Alessa's internal world. A world of hospitals, fire, and rusty grates bleeding into our reality. Then we meet Dahlia, and we talk about how suspicious this woman is. She's speaking riddles, throwing ancient artifacts, and she kept talking about the darkness. In later games, the monsters are more psychological, but in Silent Hill 1, they are straight up occult. We are dealing with the order that thought, let's impregnate that girl with the literal dark god. What could go wrong? It's a very different vibe than the later games, yep. It feels more like 80s folk horror movies. It's gritty, it's religious, and it feels like everything is layered in a cover of grim that you cannot wash off. If you look at the names of the street in Silent Hill, they are all named after famous horror authors. Evin, Bachman, or Bloch. By the way, sorry if I mispronounce again, but there is a deleted name, Kincaid. There was supposed to be another character or a street tied to a much darker subplot involving kidnapping that was too intense, even for 1999. It really shows how dark the original vision for Alessa's world really was. Alessa wasn't a monster, she was actually a victim. Burned alive in a ritual, kept alive by magical means in a basement for 7 years. Imagine that, 7 years of nothing, just pain and smell of burned skin. That's why the town changed. The fog is her desire to hide. The darkness is her fear. The monsters, they are things that she was scared when she was a kid, like dogs, bugs, or school kids. When you are playing Silent Hill 1, you are actually not only exploring a town, you are exploring the trauma of a 7-year-old kid who was betrayed by her own mother. When I realized that, it kind of changed the way I looked at the game. The ending of this game is actually really hard to get right. I'll be honest, my first time through, I failed Cybil. I did not know that you could actually save her. And that's the beauty of the game. It does not hold your hand. It expects you to be observant. It expects you to care. If you rush to the end, well, everyone dies.
Save her, no matter what.
How far are you willing to go to save your kid? Well, I have a kid, so I know that I will do absolutely every single thing to save mine. So, without Alessa's nightmare, we would not have the psychological depth of the sequels. She is the mama of Silent Hill. Before I let you go to the real world, I have a question for the Coven. If you were trapped in the fog, what would be your personal monster looking like? Would it be something from your childhood like Alessa's, or something more abstract? Tell me in the comments. And for the true acolytes that stand until the end of this nightmare, comment the word Aglaophotis. It's the name of that red liquid used to cast the demons in the game. If you know, you know. If I see that word in the comments, I would know that you're a true fan of the storytelling and that you survived the ritual with me. Next time, we will finally step into the shoes of James Sunderland. But never forget, it all started with a girl, a cult, and a town that decided to stop being normal. Stay in the fog. I'll see you next time.